fucking do this shit. Silver Star, Honor, Army.
Will you swear never to disobey, never to arraign or murmur at aught that comes to you from his hand, never unwillingly to do or suffer aught that necessity lays upon you? Is this oath like theirs? You swear to hold no other dearer than Caesar, you to hold our true selves dearer than all else beside. How shall my brother cease to be wroth with me? Bring him to me, and I will tell him, but to thee I have nothing to say about his anger. When one took counsel of Epictetus, saying, what I seek is this, how even though my brother be not reconciled to me, I may still remain as nature would have me to be. He replied, all great things are slow of growth, nay, this is true even of a grape or of a fig. If then you say to me now I desire a fig, I shall answer each time, wait till its first flower, but cast its blossom and ripen, whereas on the fruit of the fig tree, will you swear never to disobey, never to arraign or murmur at aught that comes to you from his hand, never unwillingly to do or suffer aught that necessity lays upon you? Is this oath like theirs? You swear to hold no other dearer than Caesar, you to hold our true selves dearer than all else beside. How shall my brother cease to be wroth with me? Bring him to me, and I will tell him.
Buffalo wings on steroids. Now, regular buffalo wings is good and all, but these right here are killer. Meat umbrella, team blue cheese all the way. Hit it with some olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, some baking powder for extra crisp. Cooking these on my char griller Acorn. Olive oil, fresh garlic, chili flakes, everything bagel seasoning for more texture. A little bit of barbecue sauce for some sweet. A lot of buffalo sauce. And you know I gotta hit it with a little bit of that Reaper Rub by Blazing Star. And then some butter. Now look at that. Crispy wings, smother it in that sauce. Now if you're a fan of buffalo wings like I am, you'll love this recipe. Give it a shot. Good pickles set this off. That's straight money. That's money.
Seven, 6, 5, 4,
3.
I was gonna say flaw.
That's money.
So what do you have to say about that? You want me to show you my award again for Valor? And there's been 3,500 of them as fucking ever U.S. military history.
No, I was only asking because my college roommate, I was looking at his LinkedIn today, and he's a Bronze Star recipient. So, and
Yeah,
then
they put me on and for a Bronze Star with Valor, and they downgraded it, but because of my S3 shop, and like the S3 shop guy never even fucking left Camp Taji. Like, you know, which is a big ass base, like 4 miles by 3 miles wide. That had a Taco Bell and a Walmart worth of a PX and all that shit. Like, you can get anything you fucking wanted. Like, you know, you just get on a little bus and go, you know, back and forth from your barracks. Or your little chew. I didn't. That little chew fucking sucked my dick. Bro, these motherfuckers, he put himself in for a Bronze Star for S3 shop duties, for exceptional duties. And, like, he didn't get no Valor with it. It was just a Bronze Star. He ended up with a Bronze Star. But they killed 3 fucking people and saved, like, fucking 5 soldiers' lives. I got the fucking award for fucking saving 5 soldiers' lives. And this motherfucker downgraded me to a fucking ARCOM with me. because he didn't want me to have a Bronze Star with V because he fucking hated me.
Yeah.
He was a douche.
Yeah.
That's literally why I don't really care about fucking awards, man. They really don't fucking count for shit. Because there's so many fucking bureaucratical motherfucking fucktards, in between, A and B. What, you gonna hit your triangle and tell me you have never had a lesson?
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You see like people in their 90s that go to the White House and get uh, the Medal of Valor. And it's amazing how when you have Medal of Valor, that's the only medal where the president salutes you first. You don't have to salute the president. I think that's the coolest thing about it.
Well, that's not the Medal of Valor. That's the Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. I'm sorry. I was sending somebody something. So I know this guy who was extraordinarily wealthy. Now he's just very wealthy. And he did a lot of work with the Medal of Honor nonprofit society or whatever, where they help Medal of Honor recipients who are financially struggling, achieve like a very nice standard of living. So if you're a Medal of Honor recipient, you apply and they'll grant you, and they'll basically put you on like an additional monthly income, or like help you pay off debt or whatever your financial problem is. They will help you solve it. And it's just a bunch of like very wealthy people who have created this Medal of Honor society, and they go to Gettysburg every year. They do all kinds of things with these Medal of Honor recipients. So it's almost like a social club for rich people and Medal of Honor recipients.
Yeah, I know who they are. I've been invited as a +1 a couple times.
And that's because I had a business mentor in college who worked for Citigroup, and he was worth like 300 million, and so that was one of his charities that he worked with. But he lost 250 million in the stock market in '08 when Citigroup went to 70 to $1. He sold it all at $3. If he would have held on, he would have been even richer.
Dude, in '08, I bought I read the quarterly report for Ford during, because GM was about to go bankrupt and all that jazz, and I read the quarterly report for Ford, and
In many ways, it has been seen Saturn in Scorpio has critical tendencies. It imperils the reputation. It brings scandal or unpopularity, and badly aspected may cause reverses or downfall. Its influence upon the health is rather perilous in early life. Though that period safely passed, it promises a long life. It is, however, a position very favorable for association with mystical or secret societies. Saturn in Sagittarius. There is in nature perhaps little harmony between Saturn and Sagittarius. Saturn is slow and heavy, Sagittarius swift and transient. The sign is one of many-colored light. The planet is dull as lead, but Jupiter is lord of Sagittarius, and just as in the Roman mythology the heir of the elder god overthrew his father, the impulses of the active and spendthrift planet accelerate the slowness and loosen the selfish. In many ways, we may now turn to the grand yet sinister figure of Martin Luther. Here Mars, Saturn, Venus, and the Sun are in Scorpio, give violent pride to the sense of self. That his life force and his self-pride are all brought together in Scorpio may explain the secret, though perhaps unconscious, real source of his break with Rome. The conjunction of Venus with Saturn is a further stimulus to this inherent dissatisfaction with clerical celibacy. In Goethe we find less violence and more adroitness in the emphasis of his ego. Saturn just above the horizon is trined by the moon and has the illuminating square of Uranus, all of which harmonizes the personality with the instinct of self-preservation. This instinct is strong but clever, and we comprehend if we do not altogether applaud his sword and his diamond buckles. In many ways, as it has been seen, Saturn and Scorpio. Saturn is squaring Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune, sextile to the moon, while trine to Uranus. While there is plenty of self-preservation, the moon and Uranus both bring vision. The disproportion, the dispositions are consequently not altogether bad, but the great wisdom was undoubtedly used for material ends. Sir Humphrey Davy has Saturn in Scorpio, but Jupiter and Neptune are conjoined in sextile, Venus in sextile, the Sun and Mars semi-sextile. Here is much favorable modification of Saturn, who is rising. Thus the self-force rendered bright and tender by such aspects is in complete harmony with the personality. Here strength is wedded with gentleness, and we can understand readily how he was able to give his life to its purpose without upsetting his contemporaries in bitterness and controversy. We may now turn to the grand yet sinister figure of But Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. The afflictions were bound to bring the natives' ultimate downfall. The unfortunate monarch Charles I of England had this position. Here Saturn in opposition to Uranus is close to the cusp of the fourth house for an ill end to the matter, and he received no notable help. But we can gauge the desperate quality of the native struggle to hold his inheritance, the secret and mendacious and fatal paths trodden by him in that attempt. An example of overdevelopment of the self is seen in Thomas More. Mars and the moon are in conjunction with Saturn to give recklessness and dissipation, Mercury in opposition to make it blind. Only the sextile of Jupiter adds a touch of geniality, which made him welcome only as the companion of an hour in a tavern or a parlor. Compare particularly in this matter the case of J.P. Morgan. Saturn is squaring Mars, but Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Similar remarks applied to Lord Brougham. Here Saturn in Scorpio gives a harsh, unscrupulous purpose which is developed in material affairs by the sextile of Jupiter, but Mercury just above the ascendant conceals Saturn effectively, though he is the real director of the inner thought. The self-seeking of the great lawyer wore a mask of tact, wit, and amiability, beneath which the corrosive acid of his purpose ate away his enemies. Compare with this the nativity of Archbishop Laud. Here Saturn has the conjunction of Venus, a square of the moon, and an opposition of Jupiter, who in the ninth house signifies religion, with no help beyond the semi-sextile of the sun. It is the typical selfish and intriguing prelate, Saturn on the cusp of the third house, constantly occupying the mind with ambition and the lust of power. But Saturn's strength is not aided by fortune. Similar remarks applied to Saturn and Scorpio. The quality of secretiveness in Scorpio and its order in the zodiac is the natural sign for the house of death. Make it a sympathetic menstruum for Saturn's rays. There is naturally, however, something deep, obscure, and sinister in this position of the planet, and when it has a fair chance, it will give such a tone to the Ahamkara, the name given by the philosophers of India to the ego-making faculty, or the Saturn force in the human character. While this position Saturn tends to produce a character both masterful and subtle, the evidence of this peculiar effect is not easy to find on account of its very habit of concealing itself. In the case of Tennyson, it was so covered by external graces, in particular the influence of Venus, that it is only from private sources that we know the traces of the Scorpio self. Saturn and Scorpio.
Well, Solan, enough.
Okay, that's been a reading of astrology. Okay, I'm going to do some meditation music This is just simple Zen bells.
The pineal gland has tiny little cilia, hair-like extensions all around it. When you hold your breath and you finally let your breath out and you allow that cerebrospinal fluid to accelerate, the acceleration of that cerebrospinal fluid begins to stimulate and tickle those little cilia. And as it begins to become stimulated, the pineal gland begins to release very sacred chemicals. And when you apply a mechanical stress and you begin to compress those crystals, the compression of those crystals begins to produce an external electromagnetic field. And now the brain goes into a super conscious, super aware state. And the brainwave patterns that are created are called gamma brainwave patterns. And gamma brainwave patterns are associated with super consciousness or super awareness. That is the release of the Kundalini.
Rewire with Dr. Joe Dispenza, streaming on Gaia.
Navon's business travel platform? It completely ruined my life. You see, I've been in the great
Okay, this is 432 hertz temple bell meditation. This is 30 minutes, no talking. Shh.
In 5 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this space down, but then I'm gonna fire it back up in a little bit. So if you guys haven't already, now's the time to tap my profile and hit the notifications bell. And when you do that, you'll get alerted that I opened up the new space.
Hey Augustus, did you do the new commercial that Nicole Shanahan's posting?
She has her own
Independence.
Team. She has her own team.
Who did that one? The Independence commercial. It's fantastic, dude.
Yeah, her team did that.
Augustus, thanks for the space,
Great
man.
job.
Thanks for the space.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna come
Guys,
back
you realize that
with an even better topic.
hey, you guys realize that the Kennedys have been the face
like
of
I
the
said, if you
Democrat
guys haven't
Party.
already, tap my profile, hit the bell next to my name, and get notified for when I have a space open. Make sure you give Jay Reacher a follow, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Good luck with your call.
Thanks.
Do you not?
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קדשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להעליג נר שבת בני פרי יגע.
5,700 children become orphaned.
We tend to think that our spirit is in our body. That's actually not correct. Your body is in your spirit.